Sup YouTube, this is K-Pop Chaster with you guys, and I'm here with my, I believe this is my first video on my, for anime episode reviews. I'm going to be starting doing them soon, and this is going to be a first impression kind of video. First of all, I'm going to be doing this review is going to be based off of the new anime that came out, which is Inutsu Hasami, which is basically translated to Dog and Scissors. Alright, so this is going to be my first take on it. I did not read the light novel prior to this, so no spoilers. Also, yeah, I just didn't read the light novel. I want to, but at the same time, I don't want to, just because if I'm following the episodes, I don't want to spoil this myself, everything else that follows after. Alright, so we'll go over a bit of a summary first of all on the storyline. So first of all, you basically have this guy named Harumi, I believe. Was it Harumi? I apologize. It's been a while since, it's been a few hours since I saw the episode. Harumi, he has a favorite author, which I forgot the name of the author, but he has a favorite author. He loves books. He adores books. His whole room is like packed with books. Like this guy has like 1% like free space, and the rest of his room is just piles and piles of books. So he has his one favorite author. I forgot what the name was. Crap. I don't know. But he has a favorite author, and he was waiting on the new book that he thought it was a he, I think, or a she, I'm not sure. But he was waiting for the next book of the author to come out, which was, it was called Lust, I believe, and he was waiting for that, and basically he's like, I'm not gonna die before I read this book. And so just a bunch of like details about him in the episode in the beginning. So basically he's going to a cafe or a restaurant of some sort, and while he's there, he realizes he sees a girl. She's just sitting there writing away at the paper, blah blah blah, and he realizes like, well, okay. So he just sits down. He ignores her for a while. I don't even think he noticed her until after this incident. But while he's there, a robbery happens, and the criminal basically is probably threatening the waiter or manager for money at the place, and he's just there. It's only him and the girl who are there. In terms of customers, so it's just those two. So then the robber looks at him, and he basically points his gun at the girl. And when he points his gun at the girl, she completely ignores. Like this robber, like she just completely ignores him. And so robber comes up with a gun, threatening, I guess. And then the main character Harumi, he basically just reacts. He just out of instinct, he just comes in front of the guy, just tackles him to the wall basically, and the guy fires a shot. I think it skins Harumi on the knee, or it hits him slightly on the knee. I believe the guy was holding a shotgun though, so that's why the shots are kind of spread out. But other than that, he basically tackles her, blah blah blah. Again, the girl who's in the restaurant, completely silent. She just keeps on writing. She's like completely into her book. She does not give a crap about what is going on in the restaurant, despite the robbery, despite there's a guy holding a gun right in front of her. So the main character defends the girl. And basically, he gets shot, legit. Like, the guy pulls up his shotgun, shoots him in the head, and he dies. So the main character dies, like, just like that, in the first few minutes of the episode. So, basically, he's going through his thought process. You see a bunch of stuff going through his mind, like all his friends, his family, and he's thinking about the book Lust. He sees imagination in his lust, because he thinks he's dead, right? He's dead, right? So he's traveling to the afterlife and all that crap. So he sees the book Lust, and he's like, oh my god, I cannot die before I get to read this book. So he just like reaches out for it, and the book kind of switches into a dog. It the image of the book just transfers into a dog, and he ends up going near to the thing, and he touches it. He wakes up in a cage, in a dog cage specifically, and some owner guy basically found him outside and in a box and decided to keep him. And he basically turns. Sorry about that. He basically turns into a dog after he dies. So he gets shot in the head, he turns into a dog, and he's in a cage right now. He's like, what the hell is going on? Like, I'm a freaking dog. What the hell is this? So basically, he's bored as hell in the cage. He's just looking around the room. He's getting bored. He reads all the text in the room, which made me laugh. That I have to admit, I was laughing when he looked like he was like a dead dog. He just looked dead as hell. Like he's like, oh my god, I'm a dog, I'm in a cage, this is boring as hell. I read all the text in the room, because like all the words and the posters and stuff, I read all the text in the room, and now I'm bored again. Now, the same girl in the restaurant comes up, enters the pet shop basically, and she sees the dog and she's like, "Oh, how much is it?" And the owner's like, "Oh, it's not for sale." She gets her scissors out and she freaking cuts the cage open, and she's like, "Okay, give me the dog." So she gets the dog. The scissor thing really reminded me of Mysterious Girlfriend X, the anime, because yeah, just the scissor thing, just jokes. She's freaking cut the cage with scissors, man. Takes the dog, leaves. So she gets the dog and they're in the basement or something like that, some dark ass place. Probably her apartment room like a basement of some sort, like a dark room. Basically, she basically hangs him, well, in a cloth and a rope, basically. And he's a dog, so right away you can tell that she's sadistic as hell. She's a sadist, basically. And she's like, "What are you calling me?" And the guy's like, "What?" Because he's a dog, right? You can't understand it. But thing is, his mind is still intact. He still has human instinct. He's still intact. He's a dog physically, but in his mind, he's a human. And it seems the girl can read his mind, like based on fate. She's like, "Did you call me and go to the pet shop and freaking free you?" And blah blah. A bunch of comedy scenes, basically. You know, "I'm gonna kill you," blah 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 blah, all that. Yeah, it turns out she can read his mind. Like, they're connected. No matter how far away they are, she was able to find him. And it's the same girl from the restaurant that he saved. And it's the same girl that didn't give a shit about him. Like, seriously, when he died in the restaurant, she was still writing her freaking novel or whatever the hell she was doing. Turns out she can read his mind and everything, so he can't basically hide anything from her. Like, despite being a dog, he can't, because their minds are like linked almost. Like, she can technically read his mind. He can't read her mind, but she can listen to everything he thinks in his mind. Like, because he can't talk as a dog, so he's talking through his mind. Kind of like basically mind reading, and she can understand everything. So she realizes that he was the guy. I'm pretty sure she did realize that he was the guy that killed and somehow resurrected as a freaking dog. Alright, so later on in the episode we find out that she is actually the main character's favorite author, and she goes by the name Natsuno something. I believe her name was Natsuno. Her real name, Natsuno. She's like, "Oh, that's my pen name, and my real name is Natsuno," you know. So he's like, "Oh shit, so you're my favorite author, basically." And he's like, "Hurry up and release Lust." And I was like, that was pretty jokes. It's like, he's basically telling her what to release next. It's like, "Hurry up and release Lust. I want to read it so badly." So despite that, end of the episode comes up. He sees news about the robbery. He was also missing his wallet in the restaurant. So end of the episode, they're basically going to some apartment place. I'm not sure. Was that the same apartment where the guy lived? I can't remember the details specifically, but that was basically the story. That was basically the first episode breakdown. As for my impressions on it, I gotta say, it's really enjoyable. I was expecting it to be funny. It was pretty funny. I mean, I can only anticipate even more funny stuff coming up ahead when all the other characters get introduced. She's a sadist and he's a freaking dog, so that you know, a lot easier to attack. Again, it's really enjoyable. I wasn't disappointed by this at all. This was actually one of the animes on my to watch list for the summer, because I read the plot summary. I'm like, this actually sounds really funny. It sounds interesting. It's different. I think I'll give it a shot. Wasn't disappointed. I can't wait to see the next episode. Probably unravel a bit more secrets, hopefully. More details about the robber. Very, very interesting anime. Again, I really am tempted to read the light novel, but at the same time, I really don't want to, just because I'm going with the anime. I don't want to ruin the storyline for myself. But yeah, I really recommend you guys check it out if you are into this kind of thing. It's funny. It's I would say comedy, supernatural genre of some sort. It's really, really funny though. And yeah, just different, you know, something refreshing. And yeah, a bunch of other animes I want to see in summer. Some of them include like DxD2. What else I want to see? Hyperdimension Neptunia, which is basically going to be kind of like a replacement for Date A Live in a sense, because they're both based off their respective differences. And yeah, that's basically my first impressions on the anime. Wasn't disappointed. I'd say it's pretty solid. Yeah, that's basically my thoughts. If you guys have any thoughts of yourself, if you've seen the first episode, leave your impressions in the comment section below. Thumbs up the video, subscribe to my channel. I'll probably try my best to do more of these first impressions anime videos, because I think they're pretty fun to do, and like to get my input out there. But yeah, overall, Dog and Scissors so far is looking to be a pretty decent anime. The episode left a good cliffhanger, a good suspenseful ending, like why are we here, blah blah. So I think it's pretty solid. That's just my thoughts, and yeah, really good anime, cheerful, refreshing. So yeah, I'll see you guys later.